Yo. If I'm gonna tell it right. This one's about some history about Liberia and Sierra Leone and cannibalism and war. But also, check this shit out.
A lot of people would drink or do drugs before fighting. Yeah, most of my boys. Yeah, and we train the blood cleaners and try and drink it before we fight. So you kill the child. Yes. And then you drink the blood. Yeah.
Of the Revolutionary United Front, the RUF, launched a war from the east of the country near the border with Liberia in order to overthrow the government. At the time, the RUF rebel group was under the leadership of Fode Sanko. During this period, Fode Sanko had a close
Late '80s, um, early '90s, man. All this happened, and the thing about it is, war and cannibalism. Like, is that a practice of must do upon war? That this savage mentality kicks in. But outside of that, though, the cannibalism, it's a lot of history in this video as far as this person connected to that person to all the way to the states of being connected to other people, like Jeff Fort, that was caught up into this war that had nothing to do with us over here. And I don't know how much he knew about the war over there at that time, but um, the minute he took this money from Gaddafi, which was like um, $2.5 million Gaddafi gave him. About 2 weeks later, he went to federal prison for 168 years for conspiracy to commit murder and terrorism and drugs. So, the government came for him for the money, but I feel like he was set up at the end of the day.
as well as Russian helicopter crews for military assistance. The mercenaries' price for their services included of the country's diamond mines. Although the mercenaries' fish cost the country $35 million, they managed to get the job done. The RUF rebels were smashed and confined to small pockets of
I
the
always wonder who
country.
funded the war in Sierra Leone and Liberia. These are the mercenaries that did it. Look nothing like the people from the region, man. So you go figure. You know what it is. Taking advantage of the disadvantage.
For their services included a substantial share of the country's diamond mines. Although the mercenaries' 21-month stint in Sierra Leone cost the country $35 million, they managed to get the job done. The RUF rebels were smashed and
Of course, these dudes was getting their job done. They was on a mission for the diamond hunt and the gold. Ain't no fool. They brought all the resources to this region where these people had limited resources and they had a limited amount of resources. It's messed up. That's not no fair game. But this world we live ain't no fair world
the diamond
anyway.
fields were secured, and Fode Sanko was forced to the negotiating table in order to discuss allowing free
I believe Fode Sacco was the one who put Charles Taylor on. That was the general from later on in this film. I'm thinking that Benghazi has something to do with the diamonds because he said he secured the
in
diamonds.
order to
So
overthrow
this
the
is real
government.
deep because this is all stuff that happened later in time, but these were stuff that was earlier in time. Because you got to remember when Obama got in office, we went back to Benghazi through Hillary Clinton and lost the special forces over there. And it was a big thing at that time. So don't be no fool. Straight up.
Rebel group was under the leadership of Fode Sanko. During this period,
See, Fode Sako was he was he was second president of, I believe, Sierra Leone, and it's interesting because I believe he got overthrown by rebels. Now, whatever rebels that was rebels at that time period. Now, whoever was just a rebel, just know this: whoever was a rebel was on Muammar Gaddafi's side. He employed all the rebels and the missionaries. Um, so that's something to really think about, man. Is that the rebels worked for one person particularly, and all the rebels that were hired or put on or did whatever they done, their ultimate job was to overthrow um, regimes that ran in whatever region. So that's something really to think about because when you think about Jeff Ford, he might not know what was going on with Muammar like that, Gaddafi at that time. And when he got that money from America, they looked at it like, man, oh hell no, man, he put these rebels on over here. Man, he's giving y'all money. Y'all gonna do the same thing that they're doing over there, over here, which was all his rebels. With the money they got, they bought a lot of weapons. So that was a go-to thing: get the money, get the weapons, arm yourself, and go to war type thing, right? At least that's what was coming from General Gaddafi.
Revolution in Sierra Leone. 4 days Sanko reported reports of widespread atrocities.
Most of our boys, then we drain the blood from the innocent child and drink it before going to battle.
So you kill the child
Yes.
and then you drink the blood.
Yeah.
I left it up on that chopper. I want to eat it.
In fact, Charles Taylor's troops accompanied the RUF rebels when they invaded Sierra Leone. This civil war in Sierra Leone resulted in the death of an estimated 50,000 people, as well as the displacement of over 500,000 people. In this episode of African Biographics, we cover the grim story of Sierra Leone's Revolutionary United Front and their leader, Fode Sanko. So this was the state of affairs in Sierra Leone at the time. The country was in a fragile position after gaining its independence from Britain in 1991.
Damn, that's how long it took them to release him, huh?
In the 30 years ranging from 1961 to 1991, successive post-colonial governments could not provide cleanable electricity, decent education, or affordable health services to most of the masses in the country. The dominant regime, called the All People's Congress Party, also repressed its opponents, conducted fraudulent elections.
See, you know what? What trips me out is that Queen Elizabeth and them over there in Britain couldn't feed our African peoples, man. When after they extracted all their resources, took a whole bunch of diamonds, and just didn't give them nothing back in return, man. Didn't pay nothing for it. That's a trip, man. That really makes you wonder, man.
And fostered a culture of corruption and impunity in Sierra Leone. So the environment in the country was rife for disaffected young people to stand up and pose a challenge to the administration of President Joseph Momo.
Okay, so President Joseph Momo, he was the second president of Sierra Leone, so it wasn't Fude Shanko, the one I said the first time. This was the second president of Sierra Leone, Joseph.
This is where Fode Sanko and the RUF came into the picture. Fode Sebana Sanko was born on the 17th of October 1937 in the northern part of Sierra Leone. He joined the Sierra Leone Army 5 years before the nation gained independence from the British. In 1971, while he was a corporal in the Sierra Leone Army, Fode Sanko was expelled and imprisoned for 7 years at the Pademba Road prison in Freetown. This was because he had participated in a mutiny against the government. Upon his release from prison,
Wow, so he got mad. He got mad because he got put in prison. Then when he got out, he made it a point to overturn the president of Sierra Leone and help destabilize Liberia.
Fode Sanko worked as a wedding and portrait photographer and as a cameraman for the state television service in the south and east of Sierra Leone. It was here where he first encountered young anti-government radicals who felt aggrieved by the government of Sierra Leone. This group of young students recruited Fode Sanko into their movement. This is on for the later formation of the RUF. Libya for an armed revolution against the regime of President. This was in 1987. In this group of radicals fought a decade older than most of them, and they referred to him.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. And then, Fode was a trip because he had operations like actually, he commanded the soldiers, and he had names of his operation like Operation Pay Yourself, which is a trick because they could go in there and take whatever they wanted to take and keep whatever they wanted to keep, man, woman, child, places or things. So it's a trip about that operation in particular. We're gonna get more into that, but it was called Operation Pay Yourself. And this stuff right here that I'm sharing with you guys, just letting people know that like this war stuff's real, and you know during war, man will go to an all-time low of cannibalism. Just human sacrifices. And just like things that people don't think about during war, and the elements that are attached to war. So this is real, man. But we're gonna go on and show some more of the stuff here.
Under the title Operation Pay
This
Yourself.
one's about General Bud
This
and
operation
some more generals that were in cannibalism during war. Check this shit out.
Eventually, Sanko's allies,
A lot of
Rashid
people would train or do drugs before fighting.
complained of
Also
Fode
about
Sanko's
boys.
brutal
And we
tactics.
trained the blood for the innocent
Well,
child.
unsurprisingly, both
So you
these
kill
gentlemen were
the
summarily
child,
executed.
and then you drink
By
the blood.
1992, Fode Sanko and the RUF had gained control of many of Sierra Leone's diamond
Blood for the
fields.
innocent child and drink it.
However, contrary to what he had promised, Fode Sanko used the proceeds from the diamond revenue not for the betterment of the city,
Cannibalism, man, during war, man. And this was no more but, I want to say, probably 30 years
These
ago, if
actions
that.
over the next 4 years
Yeah, 90s for
tanked
sure.
the country's economy and led to starvation for many of
In the
its
late
people.
80s, early 90s, man, all this happened. And the thing about it is, you gotta know about, don't be no fool. Tap in, subscribe, like, let me know what y'all think about this. It's gonna get a little bit more in depth about it, like even down to the first leaders, successors of Sierra Leone and Liberia, which is little known in America about